it is to experiment, to have an experimental approach. So basically, when we're in uncertainty, there are a lot of unknowns. And when we're making decisions, we may think that we know a lot of answers, but really those decisions are based on assumptions. And what we think is our knowledge may not be true. There are so many factors involved, things are moving around. So a lot of those assumptions, a lot of those things that we think is our knowledge are actually hypotheses and need to be validated. So I think the best thing, the number one principle, is first to acknowledge that we may be wrong. Our decisions is based on hypothesis, and whatever that we think is true may not be true. Well, systems thinking is just a fancy term for seeing the big picture. The ability of a leader to see the big picture, connect the dots, and find relationships that may be hidden to other people is called systems thinking. Now, why do we call it systems thinking? It's because when we are trying to solve a problem, instead of looking at that problem only, we look at the broader ecosystem that our problem is part of. That's why we call it systems thinking. Uncertainty usually affects our emotions. When we don't know what's going to come up, that fear of unknown could result in anxiety, stress in people. Now, a great leader is a leader that can not only control their own anxiety, but also help other people reduce their anxiety or control it or manage it. Now, emotional intelligence is one's capability to be aware of his or her own emotions and to manage, or in some senses control, their own emotions, as well as recognize and be aware of the emotions of other people and influence the emotions of those other people. So now it's a super powerful tool. You see great leaders do it all the time. I'm sure it's every leader's dream to have a team that proactively innovates and are really creative, and they bring creativity in their problem solving. Now, there's lots of literature and ideas out there on how to improve creativity and how to create an environment of innovation. Things such as creating psychological safety and really caring for your people and not putting too much pressure on them and things like that. But I'm sure you're all aware of those stuff. There's a lot of content out there. There's a lot of people doing great work on that. Now, what I want to do here is give you two techniques that you could use to improve innovation or create an environment for innovation and utilize, foster creativity when solving specific problems.